Questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Erik Fox.
A very beautiful Wednesday morning to you. What's up? It's Erik Fox from Energy 95.3, joined as always every other Wednesday right here on Pet Connection with the amazing team at Kern County Animal Services. Today, joined by Caitlin and Nick, and our special guest, Calliope, will be our guest today. How are you both doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Caitlin?
Embarrassed to be on here.
Caitlin, trust me, it'll be all right. We'll make it through just fine. But Caitlin is joining us today with Calliope, who is a beautiful 2-year-old shepherd mix. I'm going to take myself off the screen because, of course, they want to see the dogs more than they want to see me. And what can you tell us about Calliope?
She's been with us for a while, right, Caitlin? She's, I think, since July 6th. She might have been one of those 4th of July dogs.
Yeah.
But she's a staff favorite. She's got a lot of energy. What do you got to say about her, Caitlin?
Well, she doesn't know how to play ball. I tried. She just wants to be loved, and she does like belly rubbings.
Does she get along with other dogs?
That I'm not sure, because when she was here, she was back in kennel, like isolation, and then when we went to test her with other dogs, she was sick.
Yeah.
So now she's finally back in the other kennels, and I don't think she's been tested yet.
She hasn't been tested in play groups yet, but we'll probably put her on that and try to get her involved. But she's a long stay dog. She's been with us for over 30 days, approaching 6 weeks, actually eclipsing 6 weeks. And so those are the types of dogs that we always have a soft spot in our hearts for, because the shelter environment is not good for a dog to be in it for that much time. But we know that she's a sweet girl, and we're just hoping and praying that we can find her a home.
And what you're saying, like that shelter environment, you're not always going to necessarily see how the dog will be in your home, but it gives a chance for for you to learn some things as Caitlin and the entire team over there, along with Nick, work with these dogs on a daily basis to kind of see what their temperament is, learn about them, and provide some information for people who are going to give Calliope a home, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad I have Caitlin as my co-pilot this morning, because Caitlin is one of our 2 staff members, or probably several staff members, but certainly one of our 2 staff members that spends a lot of her time evaluating some of our dogs behaviorally and running some of our play groups to determine how dogs get along with other dogs. And so she spends a lot of time helping dogs decompress, helping them express natural behavior. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Caitlin?
You're really torturing me right now. So I actually personally like to work with the very fearful dogs. It's nice to see them come out of their shell.
It's scary for them at first, right?
It is scary. And then basically all the barking, it's very like terrifying to them. So we take them out into like the play yard where they can decompress and actually be able to see what their personality is like. And then you realize that, they're just scared. They're not actually like mean. There's a lot of dogs that come in that seem aggressive, but they're just terrified.
Yeah, we always we try to promote. Actually, there was a good story on the cover of the Bakersfield Californian yesterday about a dog that we had for 2 months by the name of Scooby. Scooby found a home.
Who was our guest on the last edition of Pet Connection?
Yes, I had him on. And the good thing about that article that was in the Californian is that they included a graphic about the rule of threes. And the rule of threes says, if you adopt a dog, realize they're coming from a stressful environment and that it's going to take time for them to become a part of your family. And so a dog like Calliope, if you adopt her, you got to give her at least 3 days to decompress in your home. She's not going to enter your doors and feel like she's part of the family right away. It's going to take at least 3 days for her to decompress from the shelter environment.
Right.
It's going to take at least 3 weeks for them to feel comfortable in your home and not fearful. And it's going to take 3 months for them to begin to become part of your pack, part of your family. So we want to make sure that we ask adopters to adopt these pets, but also understand that they're coming from a super stressful environment, and to go transition into a home that quickly, it takes some time. We have to be patient with them.
And you're talking Calliope's been with you guys since July 6th, so Calliope's been in that stressful environment for a long time. So it's going to take some time to, for lack of a better word, deprogram out of that environment, right?
Yeah. I mean, would you say, Caitlin, like the dogs that you come across, especially the ones that you take out into play groups, I mean, would you say the majority of them are a little shell shocked when they get here?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like with her, she was very calm when she came in, but she was also like very terrified. And then just the longer she's been here, she's kind of gone like kennel crazy. So it definitely
Hmm.
takes like a good amount of time being out on the outside to actually see their true personality. Because a lot of people might see a dog acting very reactive, but it's just because they've been here so long that they don't know how to act.
Hmm.
And there are, if you get into the psychology of it, that our dogs, even with the awesome job that Caitlin does and that Alex does to get animals out of the kennels and to let them express normal behavior, the majority of our dogs are kenneled for at least 22 hours a day, at least.
Wow.
And just that act of being in a kennel for that long, it has long-lasting effects, and there's some psychology that proves that it has a significant effect on humans when we're in captivity like that. And
Hmm.
so just imagine how you might react spending, 60 days in a small confined area and only getting out, a couple hours a day at best, and then transition into a home environment and how you might struggle to adapt. And so, our pets that enter into the shelter, it's understandable that they have need some time to decompress in your home. And so Calliope is going to need that time. Although cost shouldn't be an issue because our adoption fees are waived all month.
Well, let's talk about another way in which you guys are doing a great program to get the dogs a chance to explore the outside, and that's your Streets of Bakersfield that you got coming up this weekend.
Yeah, actually, Calliope could be available for Streets of Bakersfield, I think. But Streets of Bakersfield is just a doggy day out program. It's really super beneficial for our pets, but it's beneficial for our community too, because there's really a minimal commitment. So what we ask is that you come down to the shelter this Saturday, and we do it every other Saturday pretty much. Come down to the shelter this Saturday at 8 a.m. or between 8 and 9 a.m. Sometimes 8 to 10 a.m. Fill out a quick application. You can even fill out the application online in advance on our website, kerncountyanimalservices.org. It's this quick application. Come down to the facility, meet our volunteers and staff who are managing the program, and we'll let you select a dog that has been selected to leave for the day. And then we make a few recommendations about where you might be able to take it. Self-serve pet spa gives free doggy showers and baths to all of the Streets of Bakersfield dogs. You can always go to one of the coffee shops around town and get a pup cup. They love that. Take them. A lot of folks take them to Riverwalk Park. There's a lot of cool things you could do with the shelter dogs for the day. The only thing that we ask, which is the real benefit to this program, is that you take pictures and
Hmm.
video, place those pictures and video on your own personal Facebook page or social media channel because that's marketing that we otherwise can't do, and it gets the word out about some of these beautiful animals. And you bring them back to us, between 2 and 3 p.m., and then you fill out a report card and tell us how the day went. And that report card gets attached to the animal's record. And anybody who has questions about the animal, if they're interested in adopting, we'll have all of that information to go on. So the Streets of Bakersfield program is super helpful for our pets and our community, and we're doing that this Saturday.
Love that. It's also we talked about before. It's a chance for maybe you have the your kids have been bugging you. Hey, I want a dog. I want a dog. It gives you a chance to get a little taste of it. It's like, all right, well, you're going to take care of the dog today, and let's see how you do and see how you feel.
Yeah, there's minimal commitment to it. Like I said, it's just the day, usually anywhere from 8 a.m. until 2 or 3 p.m. at the latest. But it's a big way to help us, and it's really a big way to help the animals as well.
Love that. Calliope is our guest today here on Pet Connection with Aaron G95.3 and Kern County Animal Services. Number is A118-4839. I also want to talk about you guys have been, we were talking before we went live. There's been like about 350 adoptions as part of the Clear the Shelter thing that we were talking about last time.
Yeah, so we're participating in Clear the Shelters in the month of August. There's a lot of shelters that are participating in the Clear the Shelters event. There's so many animals in shelters right now that need your support, need your love. So if you're interested in adopting, please adopt from a shelter. But Clear the Shelters, the way we're participating is we've waived adoption fees for the whole month of August. So it's a great time to come and adopt a dog. All the adoption fees are waived, and Calliope is included in that. Right, girl?
I love that. So once again, we got the information on the screen for Calliope, who's our guest today. And as Calliope was hanging out with Caitlin, you know what? If you're ever going to binge watch Netflix this weekend, Calliope seems to be the perfect sofa pet for you. And also, just get in the world and explore and let Calliope see the world that she hasn't seen for a little while. So that's always beautiful to do.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, she's going to be just an awesome dog. Sometimes, or at least I don't know about Caitlin, but I like to believe that the animals that get adopted from the shelter, they're appreciative of you when you adopt them from the shelter.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They know that you saved their lives, and they know that the home that you provide for them is light years better than their life before the shelter and their life in the shelter. So it's a great way to complement your life.
That's why there's so much separation anxiety.
So true. So if anyone would like to meet Calliope or any of the other guests that you guys got over there at Kern County Animal Services, what do people need to do?
They're going to come down to 3951 Fruitvale Avenue. We're on Fruitvale, just north of Rosedale Highway. We're open from when?
I don't know Wednesday hours.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Wednesdays from 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. And the adoption process is pretty easy. We get that question a lot. You don't need permission to walk through our kennels. You can come in the facility, walk through the adoptable kennel areas. If you see an animal that you're potentially interested in, we can do a meet and greet to spend a little bit of time with the animal. And then you can snap a picture of the kennel that the dog is in, come up to our front office, ask if the animal's available, and we'll be able to tell you more information about it. It's a quick application. It's an easy process. We do ask people to be patient with us. Sometimes, especially on a Saturday, we're super busy in that lobby, so sometimes it takes some time for us to get to each adoption.
Well, Caitlin, you did a great job. I know you were kind of thrown at the last moment here. So, Caitlin, amazing job. And Nick, amazing job as always. And Calliope, once again, is our guest. A118-4839, a female shepherd mix. And you know what? Just like Scooby on the last one, let's get Calliope a home and get out of that shelter. So, Calliope, you're going to get a home, all right? Thank you once again. I appreciate you guys both and your entire team over at Kern County Animal Services for everything you do.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate the opportunity always. Right,
and we'll catch you another time right here next, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, because that's kind of what we do here with Pet Connection with Kern County Animal Services and, of course, Energy 95.3. We'll see you then.